Hey everyone, welcome back to the Road to Legacy podcast, a podcast where we discuss culture, politics, class, and race. I'm your host, Donald. And with this new season, as I mentioned to you, we have the new addition of Curtis to the podcast. And so this season, we changed things up a little bit where all the episodes that you're going to be listening to are pre-recorded episodes of the podcast. And this episode, we are going to start with the Black Facts. The Black Facts is something that we used to do all the time before. And the Black Fact that you are going to hear for this episode is done by Curtis Reed, our co-host, where he will give you guys a little bit of information about Hannah Elias. So this season of the podcast. So what you're going to be listening to is the theme called Freedom Fridays, where we discuss freedom. Literally, we dive deep into things that happen and break down why freedom is not free. On this episode, we're going to be discussing mental health in the community, the struggles behind the Tulsa, Oklahoma riot. We're also going to be talking about the truth behind Bloody Sunday. And I don't know if you guys know about Bloody Sunday, but you'll learn a little bit about that in this episode. And I hope that you had been having a great week so far. I also hope that you enjoyed the last podcast that we put out. Well, without further ado, here is the new episode, Freedom Fridays, on Road to Legacy podcast. Let us know what you think. Peace.
It's the year 1884, and we find Hannah Elias fresh out of prison, Moinsingh prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hannah Elias would go on to move to New York City by 1885, soon becoming one of the richest Black women in the world, which is no easy feat, right? 19th century. Hannah Elias was a famed sex worker, if you will. That's how she got her start, but she was not simply a sex worker. Not that if she stopped there, it'd be something wrong with that. But she, as well, would go on to lead or pretty much run her own brothels, right? A network of brothels throughout Harlem, throughout New York City, serving all sorts of clientele, which is how she accumulated her wealth. She also got into an affair with a prominent glass factory owner named John R. Platt, and that's it is imperative that you know that part of her story because she blackmailed him, right? She blackmailed him. He called her, the newspapers reported that he called her his ebony enslaver, right? So this sister was no joke. Hannah Elias was no joke. And she had multiple affairs, right, with a seductress for sure, but a business-minded savant at that, all right? So just shout out to Hannah Elias. I can't leave you without knowing that how her story ends is she got into another relationship with John. This was not a marriage, with John Nail. Look up John Nail. John Nail was a part of the Afro-American Realty Company that was started by Philip A. Payton, the father of Harlem, if you will, right? First major Black property owner of Harlem. But she took a page out of his book because she's also known for evicting some of the white tenants in her properties, not brothels, right? She started to own just regular residential properties and evicting her white tenants, stating that this was only going to be for respectable colored families from here on out. Right? So Hannah Elias was no joke. She had a revolutionary side to her, a business side to her, and a free-spirited, for sure, side to her. And she ran off with John Nail's butler, Cato, in 1915, never to be heard from again. Hannah Elias. Welcome to Road to Legacy podcast. It's Freedom Friday. We going from Hannah to Holly Berry to Trump versus Trudeau and to the lotto and how all these things tie into freedom.
Man,
Right,
man, that's deep about Hannah, man. That's deep. That's deep. She was in Harlem. She was in Harlem, right?
I think the dumb bar. I think the dumb. What happened? She can't be from the dumb bar?
Nah.
Huh? And
wow.
She was also Jewish, if I'm not mistaken.
She definitely had some I don't know who. Well, her mother was predominantly white, and it may have been Jewish. That I can't recall, but I know her father, Charles Elias, He's reported as being a Negro with Indian blood in him. Right, which I don't know if it was Blackfoot, Cherokee, or what.
So my black fact was Halle Berry. Halle Berry. Well, she's the first woman to win the Academy Award as lead, I think it was. And
okay.
And I thought The Monsters Ball was not a good movie. I'm sorry.
I don't think it has "the" on it. That's like saying
it wasn't "the." That's for sure.
Monsters.
Yeah, get it right.
I can't even say monster right. So I can't even say that right. So I'm just trying to say, that I just think that's it. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, man, you just opened the door to Holly. We're gonna talk about Holly.
You did open the door to Holly.
Right. I love me some Holly. We got a vibe on Holly.
Yeah, let's vibe on Holly, man.
Check it out live. Okay.
I ain't gonna vibe on Monsters Ball. My recollections are a bit too vulgar, I think, for our channel. But
let's talk about it, man. It's not too vulgar. Let's talk about it.
Back when Monsters Ball came out, it was a DVD collection. That I had, or that my mother had, and I certainly dipped into that DVD, because that DVD in particular. All right, so I guess I'm aging myself too, talking about DVDs, but yeah, man, I was like 11, 12 or something. So I'll tell you, I was prime age for just learning what it means to love myself, right? Yeah, so that scene, and I think I wasn't looking at this scene anymore, and I ain't gonna get any more graphic, but I remember Donald telling me that it wasn't actual, it wasn't real, and so I was like, "Word? Wow, that's crazy!" Just how they play with your imagination.
Wait, what did I tell you wasn't real?
You told me that scene between Holly and Billy, right?
Holly was not real.
That they weren't actually, having physical intercourse,
having relations.
Yeah,
man. I remember that movie very well. And in fact, to Martin's point, I don't agree with her winning an Oscar or Academy Award or whatever she won for that.
Do y'all liken it to Denzel and he won his
Training
Oscar
Day?
for?
Kind of. Yeah, I do.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's a good example, analogy, man, because I think that he should have won the Academy Award or the Oscar, whatever it is, for Malcolm X, Glory. I mean, there was numerous films. Just like Halle Berry should have won for Losing Isaiah, or she should have won for, I wouldn't say Swordfish, because that was the first time I saw them. Have you seen Swordfish?
What's the joint? Oh yeah, man, please. But I just told you I was around 11, 12. Listen, just so that you don't ever ask me any questions like that again, right? Holly. So now y'all was calling me out just recently, like, yo, you've watched mad movies, right? You watch, watch mad stuff and all of that. But that's really my upbringing, between my mom's taking me to the movies and my grandmoms and my pops, right? But now pops is no holds barred as far as what we've seen. Mom's not really too much either, but it was certain things that she was just, I guess maybe it wasn't even her taste, her style, right? The stuff popped. So two of the first movies is Rosewood. I remember going to the movies to see that. And I remember, so now Rosewood, I think just, I shouldn't have been 8 years old seeing Rosewood, or whatever, right? Like, that's just, these images are etched in my mind, right? You want to talk about your Louis Farrakhan hit? Like, I had that before I even really embraced anything about Israelite stuff, right? Like, just that Ving Rhames. Right, like that's a scary thing. You don't need to see that as a kid, as much as I want to put my kids onto anything.
Well, like that was a Baby Boy, right?
Baby Boy. Oh yeah, Baby Boy. When you hit him up on top of the,
you just the baby boy.
Cooking eggs.
Shout out to Dana. By the way, shout out to Dana on the check-in. Shout out to Dana on the check-in.
Grace and peace.
Dana's on the check-in, Doc.
Yeah, man. I know. But between Rosewood and The Last Boy Scout, which was a movie with I don't know if y'all know about the movie with Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans.
Last Boy Scout, classic.
The Last Boy Scout, yeah. So these are the movies that I was seeing like before I even hit 10, type thing, right? And so Halle Berry is a stripper in that movie. Right, she dies early on.
She's standing on the stage. Yeah,
I was always a fan of Halle Berry is the sexiest black woman on. Like, some of my boys, they're like, yo, I never got that. I'm like, what? You ain't see The Last Boy Scout? What? You ain't see Swordfish? You ain't see, just start running it down. Okay, so I love me some Holly.
She got killed in The Last Boy Scout.
She did get killed in The Last Boy Scout.
Boomerang?
Oh yeah, Boomerang.
Now you took it. That's when I first fell in love with Halle, man.
I had to do a full rotation, man. Boomerang.
That's when I first fell in love with Halle.
You know, I don't know if she got surgery before or after that. If she got any type of surgery.
Here we go.
I don't know. Did she? I love her, but she looked totally different.
Yo,
looking for a flaw. Looking for a flaw.
Innocent.
You about to mute his mic, man. We about to mute his mic.
Man.
Did she have it?
It is Women's Rights Month. It's Women's History Month, man.
Yo,
Can we not? Can we not?
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you got to be the hater?
I think
that's why we put you all the way on the right side of the screen.
I think she's the finest black woman and one of the finest black women. I think that Angela Bassett is a little fly than her, but I just think that
Tina Turner Angela is my favorite, honestly.
Tina Turner,
Angela.
Ooh, I hear you.
Yeah, that's hard to argue against.
Her tonation. Boy, what? It's like, okay.
Yeah, so but she was in there, and Puffy was in that movie. Who else was in it? What's the dude? The other people was in that movie, and the story was basically about her.
Oh, in Monsters Ball.
Yeah, Monster Ball. Just her sadness in the whole movie. Her son got ran over by a car. She was Billy Bob Thornton was a correctional officer that had her husband locked up forever, who happened to be Puff Daddy.
Was Diddy having parties at that time, you think?
Yeah, probably, because he
had the baby oil with him in the scene.
Okay. He was trying to act in that. He was acting then. That was funny. He was acting then, and he was acting. He was doing a play, what play?
Raising in the Sun.
Yeah, he was doing a play.
He was in Raising in the Sun. Wow.
Yeah, on Broadway.
It was horrible. But he had some horrible reviews because he's not a good actor. But Halle Berry, I guess she carried that. That's why she won the Academy Award. I guess that's why she won. You know what I'm saying? Because she carried it. What's going on?
A Negro. Yeah, no.
You about to give a advertisement to somebody who ain't even giving us no check, and influence some black folks to be drinking whatever tropical fantasy bottle that was. Yo.
It wasn't tropical fantasy.
This is Freedom Fridays, but we're not that kind of freedom.
We ain't that freedom.
Yeah, funny.
Yo,
so it was a trip. So,
Halle Berry is fun, man. She's made a bunch of films that I'm a super huge fan of, and your black fact was Hannah Elias, and just to think about Hannah Elias, it also reminds me of I guess I don't want to jump too fast, but I'll just say the name. We'll go into it a little bit. Stephanie St. Clair.
Oh yeah,
the queen, the sister queen of Harlem.
We are going into that, yeah.
Oh yeah, all right. So
what's the light half? Go ahead.
So this is the light half of the conversation. So if y'all are tuning in right now, you are getting the light half of our conversation because it's going to get heavy in a minute, like y'all know we always do. So I guess what the question is, if you won the lotto right now. Or I got to clap my hands when I'm saying this right now. What would you do? Go to you first, Kurt, because you're in the middle.
Oh, if I won a lotto, what would I do? Certain family members and loved ones, I'm gonna hook up. Y'all know y'all got $100 coming y'all way. But that'd be crazy though.
$100.
Yeah, save money, change people, man. No. But my main thing, like I'm looking at this lot right now as they're building buildings in the Ville, right? Residential. There's this one lot that hasn't been touched yet where I'm sure they got their eye on it. But if I had the lotto bread right now, a dope school is going up. A campus sort of school is going up from K through senior year of college and stuff, right? It'd be a multi sort of program. I'd look to do what Brother Umar claimed he wanted to do and didn't do, and then blamed us for not giving more than $500,000, right? Or $500,000. Anyways, about that tangent. That's what I would do with the lotto bread. Is a school is going up, man. And it's touching on all the things that I wanted to touch on. But yeah,
that's dope, Doc. The same question for you. You won the lotto right now. What would you do?
You know what? I would get a lawyer and get all my family and friends together in one hall that would probably be the first thing I would spend, is to spend money on a ballroom to get everybody I know. It might be 20, it might be 100 together, and everybody's going to get a check to what I think it should be. You know what I'm saying? But the lowest check I'll give is maybe about 50,000. The highest check I'll give, it depends on how much I hit the lotto for. So if I hit the lotto for, let's say, 100 million, the highest pay is 2 million. The lowest pay would be like, 50,000. And what I would do is I would have that lawyer write everybody a letter saying, never ask me for nothing again after you get this money. Nothing. Don't ask me for it again.
Smart. That's really smart. That's
right? And then I would get me a house up in the freaking, after I paid my kids and everybody else, up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere where there's snow. I don't like dogs, but then I won't have to clean up no doo-doo. So I'll get me 2 big vicious dogs, and me and my wife will go up to that mountain to get away from everybody, almost every other week or every month, to get away from everybody.
Including us?
I'm away from y'all now, but I'm still close to y'all. I'm in Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? I'm away from you now. But that's what I would do. I would get my house, not a big mansion. It's a nice tiny cabin in somewhere in Massachusetts or in Canada where it gets cold and the snow be coming down. As long as I got the heat and everything, and everybody else can kick rocks, and I'll do my stuff. And other than that, my regular charitable stuff and Road to Legacy stuff. But other than that, nope. That's it. Get away from people.
Yeah, when you said do your stuff, I thought you was about to drop a Kendrick Lamar line. I just thought.
I don't know. Let our viewers know that I don't know anything about Kendrick. I can't even say his name, Kendrick Lamar, and I don't want to know nothing about him.
Damn shame.
I know.
If I won the lotto, the first thing that I would do is get an attorney and an accountant. Then I always wanted to open up my own clinic. Martin, you say black people ain't got no clinic. Well, I would be the first black man who will have a mental health facility clinic, and it will be state of the art where people wouldn't be on medication. I would utilize exercise and a holistic approach to mental health. Mm-hmm. And then if they were homeless, they would be like a work program, and their jobs would be to take care of the grounds of the place, and that's how they would be able to make money. I also would I always wanted a log cabin house since I was a kid. So I would build a fly ass log cabin house with a fireplace, shotgun above the fireplace. See, my rug would be made out of some kind of animal fur. Sorry, animal lovers. I would have animal fur on my floor. And I would definitely continue to do community work for sure. I'll do a lot of Black history films, like remake Black history movies, like stories that are not told for sure.
Like Hannah Elias, right?
Like Hannah Elias. Yeah, like the Bonga brothers, like, a lot of the Black history stories that y'all don't know of. Not y'all, but, the masses of people. And I
don't know a lot about them either. Go ahead.
Me too. Yeah, I'm still learning. Yeah, you're right. Me three. And I would travel a lot, man. I would travel a lot. I would like to take kids from low-income communities somewhere they've never been before. But yeah, that's what I would do. My kids would be straight. The wife would be straight. If I, maybe have 2-3 wives, I don't know, maybe be like King David or something. But that's what I would definitely do. If I won the lotto, I wouldn't be buying no Louis Vuittons or no, even though I like Ralph Lauren, but I wouldn't buy Gucci.
What about the Range Rover? What about a Range Rover?
I probably would have a Range Rover.
Right.
Probably will cop a Range Rover. Because I've always wanted a Range. And what else?
A fleet of Ford Broncos and Sprinter vans.
Nah. I wouldn't do that. I definitely wouldn't do that.
Well, what's your getaway vehicle then?
My getaway vehicle.
No, I'm playing, brother. But freedom, right? But yeah.
But freedom, yeah, yo, and then I would buy, instead of a Range Rover, I would buy this Avani SUV, which is a black-owned SUV. And I would get the most expensive joint that's there. I think they have one at $75,000, the top of the line. So y'all should look that up. It's called Avani, AVANI, black-owned electric car, better than the Tesla. But yeah, that's what I would do.
That money would get me. I would just get it far away from human beings as much. The only thing charitable I would do would start a foundation, and I would give money to companies or people that I know. But other than that, I do not want to deal with human
You're going
beings.
to the top of a mountain, man. I'm just curious about the mountain. I know it's going to be in the Appalachians.
I don't want to deal with no human beings. I'll come back, but I'll do it like foundational wise. Because everybody, you know how people are, man. Nobody's satisfied, no matter what you do. I don't care what color you are, where you from. Ain't nobody out there satisfied, man. I'm one of them people.
Well, that's why if you're doing community work, yeah, you know, you got to be doing that for yourself. You got to be doing that for yourself first and foremost. I'm
dealing with 2 nonprofits right now, and nobody's satisfied. And they're doing great work in the community. 3 nonprofits, and nobody's satisfied. Everybody got a complaint. People
agendas.
Crying. Yo, you know, how come you can't have this? The air conditioning ain't working. Why you didn't give me that? Where's the coffee at? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get away. So that money will help me get away from the human people.
Where would y'all travel with that money, with that bread? Like some of the top places in your mind. Is it out of the country? Is it you know, you got somewhere in mind of where you going or where you taking people? Yeah, we know Martin is taking people to Egypt. That we ain't going back there. Instead of we going to Egypt, Martin, with you and stuff, right? Just by the way, you won.
But that's not but that's not a place that I would go if I had millions.
Okay.
Where would you go if you had
go ahead.
I go to Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Cape Cod.
I go to Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, or Nantucket.
Why there?
In the U.S.
That's why I want that house, because it's beautiful there. It's a lot of Black history in Martha's Vineyard, and it's
Nantucket,
and it's on the ocean.
Or Nantucket.
It's in the country that I know, which is my country, and that's where I would go. I would go and live there and vacation there constantly. You know, that's
me. I would have a house, and may sound controversial, but Tobago Plantation. It's just beautiful there. Wake up every morning, your backdrop is the Atlantic Ocean.
Is that the name of a city, or you would have a Tobago Plantation? What you saying?
No, Tobago Plantation is actually in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
And it's just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. You know, I definitely would have a house there, and I would go probably like 2 times, 3 times a year. But one thing I didn't say is I would build the underground bunker, big ass underground bunker.
Yeah. I want to die with everybody else.
Not with everybody else.
I don't want to come out the hole and see zombies and shit.
Nah. My joint would be tight.
I'd
die. Go ahead. What did you do, Curtis?
I definitely cop. I would have like 2 sort of ideas in mind, at least with the travel. Y'all know that's the spread is going to travel, but that's going to be slick in terms of how I would do it. But yeah, it would be a RTW ticket, which is a round the world trip ticket. Y'all not familiar with that? You can, you know, there are a handful of companies that offer what's called round the world trip tickets. It's pretty much the only way that you can do that, right? It's through one of these companies, and you create your itinerary. They give you a quote, and you take it from there. But I do that, and I knock out a bucket list of things in a year. Like I'd hit lakes I want to hit, like Lake Baikal, just north of Mongolia. I'd hit Bhutan, known to be one of the happiest countries in the world.
What was it?
Bhutan. Their constitution is all centered around happiness. Say again.
Where's Bhutan?
It's just northeast, or just really east of India. south of Nepal. It's like tucked in between. Basically, it's South Asia, right? It is west of China. Instead of just to give you a big country, it's west of China, but it's tucked in and centered or tucked in between like Nepal, which is somewhere you'd like to go if you want to go to a mountain, right? Mount Everest. No, you don't want to go to Mount Everest. Mount Everest is dead.
I don't want any new people complaining about shit.
Yeah, man. Nah, but Nepal, India, and Bangladesh border Bhutan, perhaps with China. I forget, but yeah, it's in that region as far as Bhutan is, and it's really high up on a mountain, a country that's highly elevated on a mountain. But yeah, I go to places like that.
The mountain, they got like huts or buildings, or
yes, it's a city that like sort of curves. It's buildings. I wouldn't call them huts, but I wouldn't call them buildings either, really, and stuff, right? That it's an Asian sort of architecture. Yeah, but they curve, they elevate in like steps and sort of curve around the mountain, right? So when you just Google Bhutan, Bhutan, and that country, beautiful country, man, pops up. It's tiny, but I think that's cute in the sense of whatever, hominess. But yeah, man, that would be some of the international places I would hit, like, deep lakes and just wine countries throughout Chile, Argentina, throughout France. That would be part of my around the world trip. And domestically, I would center it around the national parks and seek to hit all 58 national parks. And did
you hear about the sister that we talk about something that we would do, but did you hear about that sister that hit the lotto for like 400 million and her man was locked up in jail? She billed him like 9 times. And then she lost her home and lost everything. And then he went back to jail and she bailed him out again and she lost everything. She was on Iana. How do you say it? Iana Vincent. What's her name? Iana?
Oh yeah, Iana Van Zant.
Yeah, she was on
Iana Van Zant.
Also on Oprah. They were trying to save her from losing everything she had, and she just lost.
Crazy.
And she was beautiful, young, beautiful girl. She was like 30 years old. She hit it for like 200 million. And
wow.
And she just lost everything taking care of her man. That story. And did you hear about the story of the dude, the older man who had a $2 million construction company? He hit twice. He hit once for $2 million, and he hit another time for $14 million. And he gave half of the money to his daughter, and his daughter died in a car accident. And he bought her the car, but she wasn't responsible. She was on drugs after he hit the lotto. And then what he did is one night he took $800,000 and put it in a briefcase and went to Las Vegas to gamble all of his money away.
Oh my God!
When he got he got drunk and then he sat down at a bus stop and put the bag down next to him. And when he woke up, the bag was gone.
My God!
This dude, I forgot his name, but it was all over the internet. He had horror stories. So there's a lot of people who have horror stories, plus people with the lotto, and they tell people about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, and you got strangers coming in your backyard. You got people trying to, grab you up off the street. You know what I'm saying? So, these we say what we would do, but one thing we would have to do is protect ourselves. I didn't play the lotto last night. I should have.
If I won a lotto, I'm not going to claim the ticket. I'll tell you that. Ain't nobody gonna know.
Some countries you got to go. So some states you got to go. Some states you got to go, and some states you got to tell them. But there's some dudes that go and they put like a mask on, or they put a pig head on, or they go, they go
right,
or they don't say their real name. But some people, they just have their lawyer go pick it up.
You gotta trust that lawyer.
You
gotta trust that lawyer.
Just made me think of spouses and like how finances, get into just see how it can get tricky and get sticky and get messy and all of that, man.
Yeah, as soon as you do it right away. You give your spouse the money. You give
Yeah, that's why you led with that. He was like, "Yo, I'm getting everybody together in a ballroom."
Right, and then
you don't have a party.
If your marriage is tight, if your marriage is tight, like the Bible says, you're one. You don't have to worry about the money. Just like the Bible says, if your marriage is tight, or you know what you're doing, and your marriage being tight doesn't mean that you're all in love and everything is all beautiful and everything.
Right.
Marriage is tight as both of y'all having a certain understanding about each other. I've been learning that the last 10 years. Certain understanding that you have about each other, and you love each other for what? No freaking reason. Love is when you love somebody for no reason. If they broke, if they ain't got money, if they rich, no reason. So I've learned that I love my wife for no reason, and vice versa. We say that all the time. No reason whatsoever.
That sounds like Al Bernard.
Well, it's true. No reason.
No, I love it, man. I love it.
No reason. And then you give your money, and you don't have to worry about it because it's going to come right back. You
got to make sure you clip this part, Donald, later, so that his rib can see it. All right, his beautiful queen, Jared, can see it, and stuff, right? And yeah, that's it. But outside of that, though, I was just gonna say, man, and basically coordinating your story with the Lotto couple to just marriages, how you were speaking about loving your wife for no reason, loving each other for no reason, and y'all agree, of course, and it's to your point actually that married couples, they fight, right? And they make up, right? Or they feel bad later on and stuff, right? Like with any good, healthy relationship. That being said, it reminds me of this story of Dilsey Pope. Dilsey, Dilsey, Pope, Pope. And remember, we were speaking about would we have been a slave owner, right? Last time we had on some slaves in the last episode. And right now you just brought up, well, we speak about what we would do, but versus what would happen and everything, right, is a whole nother thing. So Dilsey Pope, it was a enslaved sister in Georgia, and she got her freedom. She was manumitted, and she purchased her husband because since like 1810, it was easier to just own your family and get
kind of like free Frank.
Exactly, right. So Dilsey Pope comes up as a slave owner in Black slaveholder history. On record and on paper, that's what she was. She actually did hire her husband out, right? She paid him, but she did hire him out, right? Labor. They had a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Take a guess is what you think she did.
Put him back in slavery?
He is still in slavery technically, right? Even though she's like sort of paying him off the books, if you will, I guess. Right? But yeah, in the sense of she sold him to another master.
Damn.
She sold her husband to another. This is a story you can look up called "Selling Poor Stephen," and she like a natural, normal white boy. She felt bad, right? She felt bad about it afterwards. She tried to buy him back from the neighbor, all right? Apologized though. I tried to buy him back from the neighbor. He refused to sell him back. So poor Stephen, ended up in poor slavery.
Well, she learned her
right?
lesson. She learned her lesson.
Ain't it just crazy, man? As far as Freedom Fridays go, and how finance plays a role, and marriage plays a role, and
It's
just
true.
that power dynamic, and that to me, that story relates far more, even more than, because that was a flip a little bit on your story, but far more than that, it relates more to women's power, but in particular, I'm talking about sisters, and this ain't to, because we about uplifting them, and this is all about uplifting, but this is a reality that I'm about to state today, just that threat of being able to call the cops on your husband, right? And this has happened and stuff. But being able to call the cops on your husband, right? It's just a similar threat that Dilsey Pope wielded against Stephen. Like, yo, you know it, and you act up, sell your ass right to the neighbor. But like, yeah, and that's
crazy because women, when they get married, like she wasn't really married to him, kind of like, was she?
No, this was her husband.
What was her name?
She got her husband and her son free. The son felt bad too, and stuff, right? Because the son also was a threat. The son could also like this. Her name was Dilsey Pope.
And what was his name? His name was Pope too?
His name was Stephen.
The reason why I asked that is because when a woman, American history, all around the world, but especially in America, because we're a capitalist society, when a woman marries a man, she gives away her identity. All her identity. A lot of people don't realize that. When she takes on the name of Reed or Small or Reed, she stops being who she was on paper. So that's why, and this happened in not just my divorce, but in my wife's divorce before, other people's divorces. What happens is that when the woman has to do business, in some cases she has to get permission from her ex-husband. Sounds crazy, right? So if say I get a divorce and my wife wants to go to the bank and her last name was Small, right? They're going to ask her, even though they know that I'm divorced to this day, they're going to ask her, well, you sure you can take this money out? This is your name is, and if they change their name back, they have to do all the documents. So they actually lose their identity when they do that, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So she kept her name, and she was the slave owner, so she wasn't even worried about losing her identity. So she was like, "You out." But women. I mean,
I don't know if that was her last name or her previous owner's last name, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about slavery and stuff. And I don't know. We don't have much evidence about Stephen's life. We have very little evidence about Dilsey Pope herself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy how people just don't realize what's going on when it comes to that. But yeah, man, I think
that's crazy.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but coming back to the lotto, just you was bringing up Stephanie St. Clair, bro. I wanted you to certainly return to her, Donald.
Say that again.
I said coming back to the lotto, I just wanted you to touch back on Sister Queen Stephanie St. Clair.
Oh yeah. She was definitely, so she's French Caribbean. She is the reason that we have
Martinique, right?
Huh?
Martinique.
Yep, Martinique, West Indian. So the reason why we have the lotto, sorry, I got distracted for a second. The reason why we have the lotto is because of this sister, the numbers game. She ran the numbers game, which they called racketeering in Harlem in the early 20th century. She was no joke. And she ran into some issues with the mafia, because you know how the mafia is. They tried to come and take over. I believe it was Dutch Schultz.
Yeah. Yep.
And then this is when we got
Murder Inc.
What'd you say, Murder Inc?
The real Murder Inc.
The real Murder Inc.
Yeah, he wasn't the founder of it, but he's one of those heads. He's from Brooklyn and stuff, man. And Murder Inc. was based out of Brownsville. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to just I paint that out to give you a picture. It's Brooklyn going all the way up to Harlem, right? To cause beef, to cause problems and stuff. So yeah, you have to stand up, right? Can't step into you. But go ahead though.
But she also was, she was gangster, but she also was an activist to an extent, because she cared about the community. She called out police against, police brutality back then. She was an advocate for voting rights. We had a local newspaper. She did a lot for the community in Harlem, until she started getting pressed by Dutch Schultz and them, and that's when she had to bring the notorious Bumpy Johnson in the game after he got out to be her lead security person, but we would not have the lottery if it were not for this sister queen, I believe, because they weren't thinking about numbers like that. The numbers were our thing.
Yeah. No, I think you shouted out the legacy so perfectly of the lotto from the numbers game. And we definitely, you gave her flowers. I would add some other people around it or context to that, just as far as for one, crime history. Amazing topic and subject matter to look up in general, but especially American crime history. Right? They don't start with black people. Spoiler, it starts with white people, right? Gangs of New York is a movie about that, if you will, with Leo DiCaprio. But I say that to say that every is sort of specific to American crime history, where every gang or criminal organization was looking out for their own. The Irish had theirs, looking out for theirs, right? The Italian had theirs, looking out for theirs, right? And so forth. The Polish, Eastern Europeans. But now, when you come up to that early 20th century, right, the early 1900s, now you get people such as Queen Stephanie St. Clair. So you got immigration usually affecting crime history, right? when the Italians came in heavy, 1880s and stuff, right? You can see some of the birth of the mafia long before Lucky Luciano and stuff, who gave birth to the current modern day Five Families Mafia, who had an operation out in Brownsville, Brooklyn, right? And they wanted to move into those numbers, racketeering, gambits. So they did that, but you didn't just have Stephanie St. Clair. You had a brother by the name of Casper Holstein. If y'all know a show called Boardwalk Empire,
Favorite, one of my Nucky Thompson.
Yes, sir. Casper Holstein is played by who's our brother? Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. That's right. Yeah, man.
That's who Jeffrey Wright's character is based off of. Casper Holstein, who you could, if Stephanie St. Clair is the queen of the numbers game, which is the progenitor or the parent of the lotto, then Casper Holstein is the king of the lotto, the king of the numbers game, right? So there were a few different players in that game, and then Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson comes and inherits that same legacy, not just fending off Dutch Schultz in those major wars that's taking place. This is taking place when? During the time of Marcus Garvey, then going into the Depression, right? During the time of the Harlem Renaissance, then going into the Depression, right? In the 1930s, you got a riot in Harlem, major riot in 1934. So all of these things is taking place around the numbers game. And then eventually New York says, yo, man, we got to get the bread off of this, right? Like the government does. There's money to be made. Whether you're talking prohibition, all right, legalize alcohol. Marijuana, legalize marijuana, right? The numbers game, legalize it, call it the lottery. And so, right? And
just like
so
that.
Legacy. That's the road to legacy of the lotto. But
Wow. Thank you for dropping that jewel, King, because I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's great too, just to see how that black gang history. I mean, you could check out black crime history and whatever ethnicity you want to focus on, right? But we talking about black crime history right here. And you can see that all of them had this aspect, even when you get to the gangs in their early days, from the, Black P Stone Rangers to the Cobras, right, to Gangsta Disciple Nation, to all these gangs, even Bloods and Crips, right? They all had a charitable aspect to them, right? The Black Panthers, they all had a charitable aspect to them, right?
Would you consider
Bumpy
the
Johnson,
Black Panthers a game?
No, I would not. But at the same time, there's people don't understand the history of the Black Panthers in those later 70s, mid to later 70s, after Huey got out, right? They don't know the history of the connection between Black Guerrilla Family and Black Panther Party, prison gang, Black Guerrilla Family, right? That started out, good with George L. Jackson, who I rock with, Blood in My Eye. Check that book out, Blood in My Eye by George L. Jackson. But they got into crime, they got into drugs, they got into all that. Huey Newton, was definitely hanging out with the wrong crowd and extorting cats and stuff, right? So so while the Black Panther Party, to be clear, 1966 to the very early 70s, that was just a social political organization, right? Community grassroots type organization. But yeah, it faltered along the way.
Yeah, that's off the chain.
And COINTELPRO, I can't mention it faltering without mentioning it had a lot of hits coming from the FBI. Right,
always.
So the resources against it was crazy, but we didn't help. Things like Huey, you got locked up, but then you got broken in that, you got broken mentally
broken.
Yeah. When you
and it didn't help with Eldridge Cleaver either, though.
Right, hurting the sisters in the Black Panthers Party, man. Right, the sexism, rampant sexism, crazy. And stuff. So right, and Elaine Brown speaks about that. Kathleen Cleaver, I believe, speaks about that. So shout out to the sisters of the Black Panthers the Black Panther Party that was holding it down, in particular in the mid 70s to late 70s. But yeah, in 82 it's dissolved, right? But it was the sisters always holding it down in the beginning too. Don't get it twisted, but I'm saying they was leading in the late 70s, but they were always the backbone of these brothers who wasn't, we got to protect, respect, and love.
Isn't that always the case though? Like I think about Coretta. I think about
Betty Shabazz.
Betty Shabazz. I think about
Anna Marie Douglas.
Yeah, Anna Marie Douglas. Also, why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Winnie Mandela.
Of course, Winnie Mandela. We just continue going down the line. Why can't I remember the brother's name?
Oh, you're trying to think of a brother, and I'm naming all these women, my fault.
No. But his wife, his wife in particular, who held it down. Medgar Evers' wife. I can't remember the sister's name.
Merle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's always women who are holding things down or holding things up, and behind the scenes to help these men get to where they are. You know, and then I want to, what about John Lewis' wife?
What's her name?
I don't know nothing about her.
Yeah. I felt sad. And of course, Martin got the blunt. Touchdown, brother. He got to be that blunt and everything. Where's your couth, man?
They call me Christopher.
They call you what?
Christopher. I'm Crass.
Yo, damn.
Her name was Lillian. Her name is
Miles. Lillian
Miles. Yeah, no, they were married from 1968 to 2012.
Oh my God, man. Jeez.
Divorce.
They had a son called John Miles Lewis.
Yo, but I only brought that up because today
she passed in 2012.
As Martin reminded us earlier that today
they didn't divorce. She passed in 2012. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I said that they divorced. I think she passed away in 2012. Not divorced.
Yeah, she passed away in 2012.
Oh, okay.
Dang. Let's pause for a minute. But yeah, so today is the anniversary of Bloody Sunday, right,
okay.
Doc?
Mm-hmm.
The 60th anniversary.
The 60th anniversary. Can you tell us a little bit about Bloody Sunday, Doc?
I don't know too much about that either.
We are entering our heavy half, folks.
Yes, we have about 30 minutes for the heavy half.
Oh, we do? That's what we enter into the heavy half?
We're entering the heavy half right now, yes. Well, on Freedom Fridays.
I can't really speak too much on that because I don't know too much about the whole Selma thing, some of the Alabama thing, but it's about the bridge, crossing the bridge and the big walk from Selma to Montgomery. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
To Montgomery, and it's the day they got their asses beat on the highway by a whole bunch of police officers. It was horrible. But that's what happened, man. Once again, and that's what Bloody Sunday was about, just like it says. But I'm sure Curtis can explain it a little better if you want to.
Well, yeah, man. I think just like Donald, you hit the nail on the head too. Right in, yeah, brother. Touchdown language. I can't put it as as Christopher put it and stuff, right? But
Christopher.
Yeah, that's
what we gonna call him now, Christopher.
That's what he wants his name. You can put the image up too, so like he goes off screen. What's the name? Bunsen. Who's the dude you put up? Yeah, go ahead. Bunsen Maddox. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So we got what? John Lewis and Martin Luther King ran that, right? John Lewis and Martin Luther King were the ones who marched in that. Am I right?
Well, yes, you are correct. At different times.
It's the anniversary of Bloody Sunday.
Yeah, they marched together and not together, at least during the first march, because it was a series of like at least some phases. Let's say that broken up in phases. We're gonna talk about Bloody Sunday. We're gonna give it, definitely a little bit more detail. I just wanted to shout out one more women in the list of that Donald was dropping, and we can go all day on women as far as that need, their flowers. But Ellen Craft and William Craft, y'all check their story out anytime you get a chance. They have a runaway slave narrative or freedom seeker narrative that they wrote, and you can just see that their amazing escape from slavery along the Underground Railroad, at times actually using a train. The Underground Railroad is not about a train, to be clear, but just how they escaped by using disguise, right, and subterfuge and straight up bravery and some common sense as well in terms of how to improvise in a situation where it was really dangerous, right? So Ellen Craft, who played a man, and William Craft, who played her slave, or his slave, right? His wife's slave. But she's playing a man. And anyways, because she was lighter.
What year was that around? That was in what year?
I want to say 1849 or 1852. Hang on, I gotta look up. Definitely antebellum period, y'all. Sorry, antebellum period is between 1815 and 1861. And Ellen Craft, when did they escape? They escaped.
And we're just talking about women right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's also Women's History Month. Is that it? Is it Women's?
That's correct. It's Women's Month, Women's History Month, just like it was. So we go from Black History Month right into Women's History Month.
Right. So yeah. So then you know that's one of the reasons we're talking about. You know, and as you look for that, as we catch up to what's going on now, we look at someone who people can actually think about, somebody that people can relate to.
Right.
Usually, people don't relate to people, their ancestors from the 1800s. I don't know why, but don't. But we'll look at Assata Shakur, Roseanne Chestnut, that's up over there in Cuba right now, laying low. Trump wants to go out there and get her and bring her back.
Right. Okay.
You know,
I was a year off, y'all. It was 1848. 1848.
1848.
Yeah.
So 1848. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's the 19th century. If ever we were to truly get into it, like I mean, we get into it, but I mean, just as a society, we would find it to be the most interesting century of all. And so, man, I mean, the 20th is no joke.
What years in the 19th century?
So we're talking 1800 to 1899. When we're talking the 19th century, we're talking 1800 to 1899, and it spans so much. So you know, now don't get it can't touch the 20th century, the 1900s, as far as the amount of things that happened, right? Because so many things happened in the previous century, as far as technologically and just inventions wise, and civil rights, all of that. There's forget about it. The 20th century is crazy, but the 1800s, the 19th century, you know, you have the most pivotal war in this country's history, at least between that and American Revolution. But you have that happening, and so that's pretty much about it that they give us, and they don't even, you know, the society doesn't give us that really, right? There should be as many movies about the Civil War as there are about the Holocaust, right? And if not more, right? And so I say that to say because there are thousands of movies about the Holocaust, books, all of that and stuff, right? And there's tons of books about the Civil War, but there's just not nearly enough, as many blockbusters as there should be. That's all. So the 1800s, I mean,
what happened back? I'm just thinking, what happened back in the 19th century to white people that was on the scale or close to the scale of slavery? Nothing.
To white people in general, anywhere, right? You're talking about not just America, you're talking about in Europe.
All we have to compare that suffering to sometimes is the Holocaust, which it can't be compared because it wasn't that many people, even though it was a lot of people. But for some reason, white and black people compare the Holocaust to slavery, and I just don't.
Well, I just gave my reason why I compare it, right?
I don't know. I don't know if black people compare it.
I think it's just an overarching statement that I reject as far as that premise.
I object to that too.
But I just gave it. So the reason why I compare it, right, is because we have an atrocity that took place in world history that is etched in our memory, and that's not, you know, to dismiss the fact that it's far closer, you know, a century just far closer than the Civil War is to this time, right? So you could just put recency bias in there, right? Just because that is closer, then maybe that's influencing the reason why that story is prominently told more than other stories, right? And so this ain't about, I could care less. I'm talking about this event, the Civil War. Yeah, that's definitely something. And it's profitable.
We know why that is. It's number one, the Holocaust is profitable, and number two, the people who
I'm talking about Civil War is profitable.
But not as much as in America, not as much as the I mean, I'm speaking business wise, not as much as the Holocaust.
Me too. Yeah, but it's never had a chance. I mean, obviously the Holocaust is more profitable because there's more content out there, right? More films, more silent films, please. The Civil War.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't. Yeah, please give some context to that. That is more profitable. Doc.
He's saying that the Holocaust is more profitable.
Yeah, what do you mean by that, Doc?
When you go to the movies, people spend more money. People produce those movies and spend more money. People go see. People will go see that movie before they go see Glory. They'll see.
Yeah, but look at what you're comparing it to, right? You had to compare it to a movie that came out in 1989. And how many movies? So that's what I'm saying. You don't even have a fair enough weight of films to make a fair comparison.
Right.
And what you're saying.
Right.
Huh?
And you know why that is?
Go ahead. You tell me.
Because the people that run the movie industry are Jewish, most of them, especially back in the day, especially back in the 70s and 80s and the 90s, are Jewish. And from the Steven Spielbergs all the way through, who become producers, to everybody who become producers and then start producing these movies and putting these movies out. That's the reason why.
So you chalk it up to just like they're telling their story. Basically, so they're focusing on their story.
I'll give you an example of somebody who tries to do that. That's white. What's his name? Road Warrior. What was his name? Road Warrior. Shoot, I should remember these guys' names. But anyway, there was a guy
Tarantino?
No, there was a guy that made, because he's old and he's a good. I like him as a director. But the guy who made The Passion of Christ,
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, remember Mel Gibson made like a lot of movies about American history back in the time that you're talking about. But
not a Civil War movie.
He did not.
He's never made a Civil War movie.
Yeah, he made The Passion of the Christ, and I'm talking about as far as when he got his start. Now he's made a whole bunch of, some stuff is okay, whatever. But the two big ones is Passion of Christ and Apocalypto.
No, before that he made another big movie.
You're talking about as a director or as an actor?
As a director and as an actor, producer. He made a couple.
Oh, you talking about The Patriot?
Right. He made The Patriot. He made another one before that, and then he made one, of course, that
Braveheart?
the Irish
Braveheart, right?
Irish made, right? But the one before that, Patriot, and then he made another one. So what I'm trying to say is that
your original question.
He's not in the industry like that. He's not a Jewish, but he'll do historic movies as a known actor of what his experience was or what he thinks his forefathers' experiences was.
Yeah.
But we haven't been able to get into that because we don't have, we didn't back in those days. We didn't have
a Black Hollywood, if you will.
Right. We didn't have a Spike Lee. We didn't have a, what's his name? We didn't have anybody.
Well,
well, they tried Oscar, but that's a part of our story, right? Always suppressing us.
The producers and the people putting the money behind the movie were not Black. Well, now you have people putting money behind movies that are Black, and they're choosing the type of movies they want to make. So sometimes you may get, these movies where they use the N-word, or sometimes you may get, like what's our movie that everybody talks about all the time, the LA movie that Larry Fishburne was in back in the day.
Boys in the Hood?
Boys in the Hood, stuff like that.
Singleton?
Yeah, Singleton. I don't know who produced that. I don't know if he produced that. But back in those days, they didn't have those producers to do that. But you just don't. My point is that there's so many Holocaust movies because you know who runs the industry, and there's nothing wrong with that, because you can tap into those Holocaust movies and find a lot of Black history. Not a lot, but you can find some Black history within those movies if you search for it during those times.
Well,
Go ahead, Donald.
No, I was just gonna say, you do have some Black film directors, like Ryan Coogler, for example. Hopefully, I'm not saying his name wrong.
Ryan Coogler.
Coogler. Yeah, he's working on. If y'all don't know who he is, the one who did Black Panther, he's working on something. He did didn't he do Fruitvale Station?
Fruitvale Station.
Classic. But in terms of from historical context, I thought they were working on something about Mansa Musa, but that's not African American history. That's not American history. So, and I don't know if did Spike Lee? No,
yeah,
he only did. Huh?
Malcolm X was a Black history movie.
Right, absolutely,
an American movie.
Yeah, and Donald.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, man, my main thing, is it could be 20,000 million, whatever Holocaust movies. It's not about that. Like it could be more. It's like, there's just not enough. So that was just the juxtaposition. It's not enough about something that's so pivotal. That's all. And maybe there's not enough movies about the American Revolution. I don't know stuff, right? But I think the Civil War, it's just it can explain.
People do not. You'll see a lot of documentaries, but
that's my thing. Yeah, no, of course they don't. They don't.
People don't know about it.
The story that I just told you, right? So like 12 Years a Slave did great, right? But why did that do great? People probably didn't know, right, anything about the fact that there was free black people in New York getting kidnapped and taken to the South. What's that whole relationship like? What is that about, right? That's the Underground Railroad is a real one, but there's been attempts, there's been series.
Harriet, that movie Harriet was dope.
You got Harriet. Yeah, exactly. Right, so I'm saying that to say, now you got Harriet, but you don't have Ellen and William Craft, and they are a movie. It might even be more entertaining than Harriet. I'd say you don't have Henry Box Brown. This man, magic, a black magician putting himself in a box. Yeah, I mean, it would be a crazy movie. That's all I'm saying.
You got to get
I guess it's on me to do it.
The Bass Reeves movie with your boy in it.
Yeah, that's on Paramount. Yeah, it seemed
the harder they fall.
And I'm tired of. I'm not a fan of David Oyelowo. Right? I didn't like him, and that's why I wouldn't watch Selma. And say, yo, bro, stop playing us too. Stop playing us, King. Like literally, both ways. Stop playing us.
But we had a conversation with somebody about that.
We could segue. Use him to go right into Selma.
Ramel London. We asked it briefly about your London or British actors, black actors playing African American roles. It's crazy though, because to your point, Kurt, there are so many amazing stories that could be told. Like Tyler Perry dug his hand in to do a Black American history story, which I thought was actually pretty good recently.
Which one was that again?
With the sisters. I forgot about the woman, the military woman who delivered the mail.
Oh yeah, WAC. Women's Auxiliary Army Corps. Women's Army Auxiliary Corps. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was dope. Did you like it?
Yeah, man. Kerry Washington. Yeah. I almost love everything she's in. But yeah.
Yeah, man. What?
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
No, yeah. Glory was actually produced by a Jewish crew.
That's what's up.
The 688. The 688 is what the movie was called.
Oh, is that what they? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, right. Because that was the name of it.
I thought that was dope. I really enjoyed that film. I thought it was amazing. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, man, and that's the reason. Like, it's so many stories and stuff. That's all. And that's that's the 20th century, right? And that's still based around World War II. The World War II gets a ton, I would say. Just in general, they can be separated. It can be separated from Holocaust story.
So what about Gone with the Wind?
Huh? Oh, what you say?
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. Oh, I've never seen it.
You never saw Gone with the Wind?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
No, it's an old movie, but they were making war movies back in them days. Gone with the Wind. They say Clark Gable was black.
Okay.
But they portrayed him as a white man. But they say that Gone, and didn't the Academy of Black Sister won Academy Award for
Hattie McDaniel?
Yeah, I think she was in. She was in that.
That's the first black Oscar winner.
Yeah,
so Hattie McDaniel, man, a sister, women's rights. Holly Berry shouted out Hattie McDaniel when she won the Oscar.
Yeah, she was an important actor where Holly Berry was like, the. So I guess I'll take it as a win, no matter, even though she was butt naked and doing some wild stuff. I'll take it as a win. I'll take it as a win, man. I'll take it as a win.
I was about to say too.
Right, that's and Hyro's on here too. He just told me about the Haitian Revolution story. That would be actually dope.
Yeah, man. And again, when is that? I mean, it starts in the 18th century, but when does the W come in? 19th century. Yes, they will, bro. The people are into Gladiator, right? Russell Crowe, Gladiator, and everything, right? And the Denzel one probably did well just off the name of the previous Gladiator. But I'm saying to say these are blockbuster films. We have blockbuster stories, and so many of them exist in the 19th century. Haitian Revolution is a crazy movie, bro. What? Haitian Revolution is a crazy movie. You have Jesse Samuel, the dude who did The Harder They Fall. He do something like the Haitian Revolution. Please, brother. Between that, stories could go for days, but all the rebellions are crazy movies.
You know, another one, Back to America real quick. Django was a Civil War movie.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Quentin Tarantino. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like, building that, like modern day footage, not no Gone with the Wind, but like modern day, that's all. Yep.
The Gone with the Wind, you got to check it out though. If you haven't seen it and you like history, you got to check it out because it's done back in those days when Massa and all that stuff. But it's interesting. It's very very interesting. It's kind of crazy, but it's interesting.
Yeah. That would be a dope movie. Hyro said Mel could do that. Mel Gibson could do that. Hyro.
Haitian Revolution.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Hyro. I don't know. But if Ryan Coogler did that, that would be dope. I thought he was going to, actually.
It's mad at Ava DuVernay, Shonda Rhimes. Like it's you can turn these things into fire series and not something that's signal. They're not
gonna do something like that, man.
I'm just saying, like if these guys did do it, it would be fire. It would be fire. That's all.
Yeah, Hyro said that Mel Gibson is the only one who would dare to do that story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mel Gibson he don't be playing. He don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, see, if I hit the lotto, don't let me hit the lotto, man. Those movies are coming out. I don't care.
Oh,
you might say that.
Now, here's a perfect example.
Doc, do that disclaimer. We need that disclaimer, Doc. Just side note. We need that disclaimer. You think? hey. Come on now.
The History Channel, right, used to be whack. The History Channel used to put on people, even Ken Burns, used to put on people that would doubt Thomas Jefferson's relationship with Sally Hemings, excuse me, right? Betty was her mom's. Now, the History Channel has a whole special on Thomas Jefferson, right? And multiple episodes dedicated to talking about the Hemings family. And that whole relationship. I'm saying in the sense of they speak about these stories now. It makes for a better series. The truth is far more entertaining and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like this is far better if you just compare to some of the old History Channel episodes to the new Thomas Jefferson series, even to some of Ken Burns. The difference. We spoke about the Lotto just now. Lastly, we spoke about the Lotto. Stephanie Queen St. Clair, whole episode or two mentioned dedicated to her in their series called The Booze, Bets, and Sex. The Booze, Bets, and Sex that built America, right? The type of stuff History Channel is putting out. The Booze, Bets, and Sex that built America. And there's an episode on the lottery, right? And its origins to the numbers game and the numbers racket. And Stephanie St. Clair plays a crucial role in that, right? So it's just, again, these stories are interesting. That's why they get included now. But you need a curiosity as well, man. I don't think that it's all like sort of insidious or malicious. I think a big part of it is it's telling their story, right?
Yeah,
who runs the industry is telling their story, but then secondly, you need a curiosity to know these stories.
That's what I was going to say. Who's going to come out? Because people don't come. There's a lot of Civil War movies out, but nobody goes to watch them, man.
Yo,
what Civil War movies, my brother? Like I'm not. What you talking about? There's not a bunch.
The reason why we don't know about it.
Name me 5 great Civil War movies right now. Name me 5. I know it ain't top 5 Tuesday, but just name me 5 great Civil War movies.
We had Django.
Okay, and that's not even a Civil War.
That's not a Civil War movie.
That's really not even a Civil War movie.
No, it is a Civil War.
It's a slavery movie.
Going on down
in slavery movie. It's a slavery movie, right?
Yeah, during that era, right?
It's a slave. That don't necessarily. Civil War is 1861 to 65. I'm being but anyway. But you're talking about the 1800s. Okay. Let's just say the 1800s.
Okay, hold on.
Let's say the 1800s. Let's broaden it because I did say the 1800s.
All right. So wait. 1 second, because I looked that up real quick. There is Glory.
Okay, come on, give me. Yeah, let's do it. Lincoln. Okay, Bond 2.
Emancipation with Will Smith that nobody really seen.
Oh my God! It's like nope. But whatever. Let's just include it. I guess right.
Free State.
Hold on. What was the first thing you said? You said Glory. So we got Glory. We got I'm sorry, I lost count.
There's a good one I remember called
Free State of Jones. Glory, Django. Free State of Jones.
Lincoln.
Emancipation. Lincoln. Bond. All right, we got 5.
Ride with the Devil. That was one.
No.
When I first started working.
Do you got any more? Do you got any more?
That was in that movie is the dude.
Yeah. We got we also have Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, we did it.
Ride with the Devil, man. Look up Ride with the Devil.
Okay, but I'll look at Ride with the Devil. Let me know if you got any more.
He lived on the corner from Donald.
You got any more, Donald? Here, I'm gonna look it up.
I'm looking at.
It's a movie.
Okay, and by the way, Hyro said that about movies on the Haitian Revolution. He said that check to see if there were any Haitian Revolution movies that were shut down, and I'll get back to that because I did look it up. Birth of a Nation is considered a Civil War movie.
Yeah, but that's banned. That's out. That's whack. No.
Yeah, Ride with the Devil. Actually, it has our boy in there, Jeffrey Wright. I've never seen.
He lives around the corner from you. He lives down the street from you.
There's another movie called Cold Mountain.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies out there, but people don't go see them.
Gettysburg.
I'm just looking for big movies. Big movies. I'll take all the big movies you got. He gave us 5. I don't know what he gave us after.
It says The Outlaw Josie Wells.
That was a big movie.
Okay.
The Red Badge.
When was it? Yeah, but when was The Outlaw Josie Wells?
That was back in like maybe the 70s, I think, maybe the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, we're talking about
they say Gone with the Wind is supposed to be about the Civil War.
That's why he brought that one up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's really
as far as blockbuster.
Yeah, but I don't even think those were blockbuster films.
Mm-hmm. What about Dancing with Wolves?
Dancing with Wolves is one. That's what's this brother's name? Daniel.
Kevin Costner
was in that joint.
Oh, Kevin Costner. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking of Daniel Day-Lewis. He was in some Civil War stuff too, I think. Daniel Day-Lewis. No,
he's always in.
Yo, but so back to Hyro's question.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis was Lincoln.
Lincoln, that's Lincoln.
Crazy stuff.
But back to Hyro's question real quick. He said that are there any Haitian Revolution movies that came out that were shut down? So I looked it up real quick, and it says not explicitly shut down, but some projects about the Haitian Revolution face significant challenges, ultimately due to issues with funding. Now there was one called the Tola the Revolt. It said the funding
Tula.
That
was in Curacao. That revolt was Curacao. That's not.
That's not okay.
That movie came out, but you could tell the funding that they struggled. Danny Glover's in the revolt. You can check that out. Tula the Revolt.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Danny Glover is one of the main actors.
The song, it says the Songs of Freedom, 1936.
Like those, I'm sure were big during that time. But that was the main point. Was like, yo, what
and then
movies
Toussaint.
Oh, that's a Haitian Revolution. These are Haitian Revolution movies. Right?
Haitian Revolution. Yeah. Yeah, but there's no real blockbuster movies where people try to tap into the Haitian Revolution. Nah, I don't really see any, to Hyro's point.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? I looked up Ride with the Devil and it came up. Yo, all right, who said Ride with the Devil? Curtis? You said that or Martin?
Who, me?
We can't hear you, Kurt. We can't hear you, Kurt.
I said it.
Nah, that was Martin.
I didn't say ride. Did I say ride with the devil? That's
Ride with the Devil.
Lives down the street from you, right?
Well, Hyro said he looked up Ride with the Devil and it came up as a porn with a white girl.
Yeah, but you looked up Ride with the Devil, and what was it?
It was a different kind of film. Not that kind of.
Hyro funny. But what was it? That's a different film, man. That's probably on his internet.
In his feed, right?
His feed.
Coming up in his feed. And
before he go to work, he press the button. He's like, Ride with the Devil. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Legacy stuff.
Hyro, what kind of Google have you been searching, my brother? That's some AI. You got some AI for your ass.
I'm telling you, you putting Ride with the Devil and porno jumps up.
Interracial porn too, on top of that. But
Ride with the Devil. Oh my goodness.
That's what they used to him associating those words with and everything. Got it. Let's leave Hyro alone.
He said his algorithm. Yo, now Hyro, look up with Jeffrey Wright, Ride with the Devil, 1999. I need to watch this actually.
Rated PG movie, brother. Put in as much specificity as you can.
It says Ang Lee's remarkable Savage Civil War set, Western stars Tobey Maguire and Cheat Ulrich and bushwhacker buddies sparring with Union soldiers to avenge one of their father's deaths. They join forces with the rebel Simon Baker and his former slave Jeffrey Wright. Encounters a tragic illness, find love in a window, and spilled blood with real-life Confederate guerrilla William Contrill, who plays John Azles, Azles. Yo, Ohio is crazy. That was funny as hell. Yo, but
you want to last few minutes vibe on Selma to Montgomery March? You brought up Lillian Miles Lewis.
We didn't talk about that yet? Oh, we didn't. No, we did actually. We talked about Selma.
Well, basically, yeah. All right, but yeah, basically it's their anniversary, man. Just quick fast, 60th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, which was March 7th, 1965. Right, so this is Friday, March 7th, 2025, Freedom Friday, and this was a march, man, like a 50 plus mile walk for freedom, right? Marching for freedom, and day one had to face them dogs, had to face them hoses, had to face them fire departments, police departments, face them cops, face them horses, man. And all of it caught on, well, a lot of it, let's say, caught on footage and televised, which made this different than previous tragedies in the civil rights movement. This was one where, this was for America to see and behold the South, right? With your beloved South, and look at how you got, as Malcolm put it, four-legged dogs, right? You had two-legged dogs sicked on us by four-legged dogs that bit, vicious, biting the breasts of women and the private parts of men, right? And these are the things that happened that John Lewis was present for, who he lost. He passed away, I believe, a few years ago. It may have been 2020, 2021. But his motto was all about good trouble. And that was him literally making good trouble, but not even just then. He goes back to SNCC, which was the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And they were major or pivotal in the civil rights movement in general, but getting us to march and organizing us. These were college students, right? Collaborating with SLIC, SCLC, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, led by Martin Luther King and Ralph Abernathy. Right, so you had organizing taking place and mobilizing of organizations taking place, right? So this was a different time period, if you can understand that, and what we fought for. And so Bloody Sunday, was exactly that, lasting from the 7th to the 25th of March. So it was about a 3-week time period, and it went in a couple of phases. The first march Martin Luther King wasn't there for. He had his reasons, he said, but you can check out like a great documentary called Eyes on the Prize. There's a few. Yeah, that's a great one. I think there's another one called The Freedom Rides that may touch on that a little bit, which John Lewis was also a freedom rider. Bus rides, I look up Freedom Rides. But that's some of the snippets, and we wanted to highlight with Bloody Sunday that there was a woman, a white sister, right, named Viola Liuzzo. That Viola Liuzzo was marching with us in Selma, trying to go from Selma to Montgomery, and was there present Bloody Sunday and killed by KKK members and white segregationists. She, along with James Reeb, right? This is another, just to show you again that interracial working and cooperation. And people who have, in the spirit of Women's History Month as well, not just civil, we want to speak about Viola Liuzzo. We want to speak about Amelia Boynton. Amelia Boynton. Yeah, who was she?
Amelia Boynton was extremely pivotal in the civil rights movement, but also that the march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Right, Bloody Sunday. Which they're trying to rename it John Lewis, but who knows? But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, which they should. That still shows white supremacy.
Yeah. Amelia Boynton, Anna Lee Cooper. I don't think I vibed with y'all about her, but she was also crucial and a stalwart, a pillar of the movement, as well as organizing that particular march, and she was present. So we just want to shout out sisters of all colors that was there, but definitely our sisters, and as well as Viola Liuzzo, who was a sister to the movement, and
yeah, for sure. And then what one of the other things that I want to say about Bloody Sunday and what it helped to give birth to and major support after that was the Voting Rights Act. You know, that's what really forced that bill to be passed.
Yep, the power of those images, you know, being broadcast in the homes of America, right? And Martin knew that.
Yeah, and that's probably
very tactical. Sorry,
that was a smart move, and that's one of the things about Martin Luther King, man, that people didn't realize is that, or maybe they did, but he was very strategic. The team that he worked with, they were very strategic, you know, and how they moved and how they did things. And then it also goes and shows the power of media, man, because if it were not for media coverage,
that
voting rights would have never happened. You know,
people's emotions are not evoked and moved.
Yeah, not at all. I don't even think it would have galvanized as many people. You know, so
and need that kind of strategy today, going against the Trump, like Trudeau trying to go against Trump. Need that type of strategy today, man. But
we do. You know, it's crazy the time that we are living in, and we are going to tap into more of that. But the next episode, that's right. The next episode, y'all, is gonna be on Sunday. Sunday will be
Sunday. I thought you was.
Oh yeah. That's right. We thank you. The next episode,
Music Mondays.
Music Monday. Yes, Monday.
Yes. Monday. 10 o'clock. See y'all.
I'm sorry. Hyro, man, in the chat on Instagram, he just said, check out 1,000 blows, and it's not a porn.
Yeah, see, I want everybody to know that Hyro is just a friend of ours, and
I think you can say a different word that starts with an F and R. Go ahead.
He's a comedian, and he's from New York, but since he's been in another state out in California, he done lost his ever-living mind.
See, he ain't here to defend himself. And you going.
He said seriously.
Because he knows that he done lost his mind.
He just want to get us to Google 1,000 blows, and he know what's gonna pop up. Like,
you know what I'm saying? And
he hoping that we in public somewhere and stuff, right? And then some images come up like, oh no, my friend told me to Google this. Everybody like, yeah, sure.
In any form, we do not promote 1,000 blows on the Road to Legacy podcast.
He said it's on Hulu. He said it's on Hulu for real.
Oh wow, Hulu's getting into that now.
Why are we talking about Hulu on this channel? You sure we won't get in trouble with Facebook talking about Hulu and 1,000 blows?
We definitely are. You done said it 3-4 times.
He said it's about a black boxer.
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay, all right. Maybe it's a Jack Johnson or Sam Langford.
Hilo.
We actually are gonna get Hyro. We're gonna have you on the podcast soon.
Yeah, we got to do it the next time. But so for now, what are we doing now? Are we about to finish off now? What's going on?
Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap right now. He said and woman gangs. 1,000 blows is about a boxer and woman gangs. By the way,
that's great.
Okay, dope.
I know we were joking.
Dope.
So I don't know if this is passed or not, but I want us all to continue to pray for these immigrants that have been sent home to different places or sent back to where they are supposed to be from. And so today, I think if I'm not mistaken, Trump wanted to remove some Ukrainians from this country. That's a big move when it comes to this. So, people always think that it's just that when they come from people that look like us, Black and brown people, that they won't go to white people, they won't go to Asians, they won't go around to other peoples, but they're going to connect with so many people and send so many people and destroy so many people's lives that we have to be prepared and we have to support each other. So I was not am not a total Ukrainian fan when it comes, but I am a fan of America. And I think that we do have to protect ourselves. And one of the ways that we protect ourselves is to actually give some money. This is just my opinion, to the Ukrainians to fight Russia. And I don't think they should stop that. And I definitely don't think that they should be sending Ukrainians back to Ukraine during a war.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen with Trump because he is in cahoots with Vladimir Putin. So we let's just pray for our immigrants and our people that are being sent back, even our illegal immigrants who haven't committed a crime and are just paying the taxes. Because that's what they do. They come, they get a job and they pay the taxes. And truth be told, there are more immigrants that pay taxes in a lot of cases in this country than citizens.
All right. So let us just keep that in mind. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up about the Ukrainians getting pushed out.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I'm gonna let that go through, but I don't know if they did already. Maybe the Supreme Court may stop it, but we'll see.
Yeah. But this has been another, a great conversation with my brothers. Another great episode of Road to Legacy podcast. It was a lot lighter than we want to go, but sometimes we can't be heavy every single time.
All heavy.
Yeah. Yesterday was a heavy conversation. It was a great conversation.
Especially when we got people who support us, like our friend Hyro.
Yeah, he normally can't make it on. So on the West Coast, he's up early. Because he's in the West Coast. So right now it's about 8:30 out there.
Uh-oh, we're breaking up.
So he was up early watching us. He normally doesn't tune in, but he called us on today, which is great. So Hyro, thank you for coming through. Dana, thank you for coming through. We love y'all. Everybody stay safe out there. And then until next time, in between time. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to see any episodes that y'all may have missed and you didn't catch the live on Instagram because it doesn't save it on Instagram. However, it does save our episodes on YouTube. So if you want to support, you want to check out what we do, you can go to our YouTube page, youtube.com, look up Road to Legacy Podcast. You'll see that there. Don't forget, we also have the merch that you see us rocking. So if you see anything that you like, this represents our judicial system that governs this country that's falling apart. Curtis is rocking that on my Castle Hill Chill, which is paying homage to the community I grew up in, also to my mom, Roxanne Reed. It is Women's Month. Big shout out to her. And yeah, we also have the Patreon page if you guys want to support and donate to what we do. We do the toy drives. We're going to be doing tours soon and a bunch of other stuff. So you can support that way. And then look out for our website that is going to be up soon and a brand new episode that is going to be released very soon. We are excited about that too. And any words y'all brothers want to say? Because I said that's a task.
That's a task too for us. When we do these podcasts, it's a task for us because we all have lives outside of what we're trying to do to give back and to influence. And it's a task. So, when we bring these things out, please, support us and check it out. We're going to be asking in the future for just donations to help us continue to help out communities that we're from and also to contribute to people who don't have. Another thing is don't forget that we're on YouTube, right? No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Let me start over. Yeah, you did say that, but you didn't say that we are on Apple Podcast,
Spotify.
And we're on Spotify, and we please, if you want to,
wherever you can get your podcast,
whatever you can get your podcast, like Curtis said, if you want to look at our old podcast and check out what we were all about, then you can go to that. And don't forget that was how we started and how we're going to continue to go forward. So,
don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. That is so crucial. Subscribe to our YouTube page if you like.
Hyro, you tell a lot of jokes. Subscribe, man. I can't even talk.
Yeah. Like the video, it costs you nothing. Subscribe, it costs you nothing. Right. Shout out to y'all. Grace and peace, good people, from the Road to Legacy.
Peace. We out. Maya Angelou shared, if you're going to live, leave a legacy. Make a mark on the world that can't be erased. Donald, Curtis, and I have created the Road to Legacy podcast to share with the world. Over 40 years in hospitality, Donald and I came together and decided to put together these stories that we hear from people each and every day. Stories of happiness, stories of sadness, stories of just getting through things. So we decided to make this Road to Legacy podcast. You know, being conversationalists for so many years, we just acquired a network of people willing to talk to us, and we want to share that with you.